My boyfriend, M, 25, and I, F, 22, have been dating for about a year now, and we got into this huge argument. He never wants to visit my place, and has done so like 5 times this year, while at least once a week we met at his place. I need to drive for about 30 minutes, just to get to his place. I can't take public transportation, since there are no buses/stations near me. It costs me a lot of time and money. I have a small side job next to my studies, and earn minimum wage. He has a real grown-up side job, and gets many bonuses, and makes about 6 times what I make per month. The point is, I struggle a lot with paying for gasoline and the prices only go up. Last week, I told him I could not visit him cause I had no gasoline, and no money to pay for it. I carefully raised this problem before, and he said he would be okay if we split the costs. I sent him several payment requests for gasoline and he never paid yet. Got really mad that I could not visit him. Another point is that he is very avaricious and sends me a payment request for literally everything, which I always accept. For example, if he would say I want to cook for you tonight, I would still have to pay for the ingredients he bought. Now we are looking for a solution. He does not want to pay for gas that I used over the past year. He does however want to split it from now on, which I do not believe, since he'd said it before. But I don't think that is fair, since I already made a lot of costs and find it reasonable that he pays for that as well. Does anyone know what to do here? Is there maybe a better solution that we are overlooking? TL. Doctor, my boyfriend lives 30 minutes away from me and does not want to help me in my gasoline expenses that I made over the past year. He does not want to visit my place. What to do? Why are you wasting your time and money on this clown? Agree. As a boyfriend he is trash. It's not normal. TBH, I'd say dump him. Why does he never come to see you? Why isn't he giving anything in this relationship? Part of the reason he does not want to see me is that I still live with my mom and he has his own place. However, he still doesn't want to come if she is not home, and he does not want to meet her. I'm not sure why he is not giving anything. He has autism and maybe just does not get certain things. We have talked about this as well, and he believes he is giving a lot. You don't want to be with a tightwad, darling, believe me. If he's miserly with money, he's miserly with everything: time, feelings, sharing of chores, driving, etc. I've ever met a Scrooge I liked. Exactly. Please don't date someone that will nickel and dime your entire life. It sounds like he's a stingy asshole, but I also wouldn't expect him to offer you essentially back pay for your gas charges. If he's not willing to come and see you at all, or find any sort of compromise, then stop going to him. He's being taught that the way he acts is fine, and you will come running on your last penny. Having to pay for the ingredients he uses when he suggests making you dinner is disgusting on his part. If that doesn't change going forward, I would run far away. First, avaricious is a fantastic word. Okay, onto the important stuff. You shouldn't have to pay for him to cook for you if he isn't willing to do the same for you. And refusing to go to see you when you are struggling to afford to see him doesn't sound like the actions of a caring partner. Does he make you feel loved? Does he make an effort for you at all? I make significantly more than my girlfriend and I take care of the majority of bills. I don't expect anything to be paid back because that's how a partnership should work. She's dealing with some issues that are preventing her from working currently, but I know she is not a freeloader and it's just how things are right now. I'm all for splitting expenses when possible and stuff, but asking you for money when he's cooking you dinner? Think about the future and what happens when bigger expenses come up. This guy just sounds selfish, honestly. Maybe you should charge him for your time driving back and forth from his place. It's odd that he asks you for half the cost of a home cooked meal. I can't imagine asking anyone for money for a meal I cooked unless I was really broke or the ingredients were expensive. Avaricious boyfriend should be a band name and nothing more. Avaricious ex-boyfriend. Payment requests for dinner ingredients? That's absurd. If someone sent me a fucking payment request for a date, if any kind, I'd never speak to them again. How simple is it to just equally contribute to the cost of dating? Having significantly more income than your partner should mean you either do things that are reason for both your incomes, or the higher income person pays for things because they want to share. The F asterisk 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 is wrong with this guy? Come on. How can people be so desperate they put up with this? Maybe if he has consequences for such selfishness he will figure out it's not sustainable instead of doing it to the next person. Or he will stay single and get to keep all his money. Either way is fine. Being counter and stingy at that. Seriously, a bill for cooking ingredients? He should appreciate the effort you make for the pleasure of his company, even if that is clearly not reciprocated. Also, Avaricious Boyfriend is an awesome title. Short story worthy. The life and times of the avaricious boyfriend, or my true adventures with the avaricious boyfriend. I'll start writing then. The solution is to walk away from someone who has no respect and no compassion. Why is this relationship worth this kind of effort, time, and money? How can you possibly build a respectful, happy life with someone who you have to fight for basic concessions and understanding like this? You're carrying the brunt of the cost of dating him and the effort of commuting to him. Are you really the partner he wants? Or are you merely convenient? You got this right. He is asterisk avaricious asterisk. Not merely cheap, but avaricious. Mean-spirited and greedy. He will not become less so over time. I wonder what is so positive about him that you want to keep him in your life. It may be time to take a step back and reflect on what this relationship provides to you. Are you certain you're not being dignitized? Hope I didn't offend. You seem to have a reasonable head on your shoulders. Lol. I always comment about the magic the asterisk 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 that makes some men idiots, but dignitized as pure gold. I will be using that for sure, because I'm fair and equitable in my snarky comments. Had to Google avaricious, and it fits my dad and a few other people I know in my life. Okay, reading your post. Dump him. He is manipulative, and will most likely bleed you dry. And for someone who earns a lot more than you, and asks you to pay for half the ingredients. Yuck. This isn't going to end well. You can break up with now, or a year from now, or 2 years from now, or after having 3 kids and a dog. You just have to decide how much of your time and resources you want to waste on him. You've been dating this loser for a year. GIL, you need a good slap in the face to snap you back to reality, because this is ridiculous. Newsflash girl. This is the dating phase, the courting phase. This is literally the time where he is on his best behavior, because he is trying to win you over, or at least should be. This is the phase where he will be the best he will ever be. And if this is his best, ma'am, I hate to tell ya, but you are being a straight up fool, putting up with this behavior. Cut your losses now, because if you don't, you'll deserve everything coming to you, because you chose to ignore the giant red flags in your face. Stop dating this penny pinching scrub and focus on finishing school. He's an energy vampire. You're too young to start thinking dudes like this are good guys to date. I just saw a video on TikTok where a girl was saying the best advice her father gave her was, when he saw her give her boyfriend money, never pay for dick. He offers to cook you dinner and then makes you pay for all the ingredients? That's nonsense. This money issue is only going to get worse with time and cause resentment. You get the behavior you reward. He makes you do all the driving, requires you to reimburse him for everything including ingredients, if he cooks for you, and he gets to keep any leftovers, and he gets all the perks that come with having a girlfriend. He's got it pretty darn good. Why should he change? You, on the other hand, are getting a shitty deal. Why should you not change boyfriends? I would ask him to prepay for gas next time you come over. Also, find out the hourly rate for escorts in your area and start charging for your time. What is he bringing to the table op? Because from this it just sounds like he's taking. Also, don't you dare let him blame autism for this. That's disgusting. Jesus, you just leave him, unless you need a kidney and his are compatible. We are looking for a solution. I'm confused. You already found the solution, which was for him to pay you for all and split costs you've spent over the last year, while he was nickel and diming you for all of his, to fairly apply his equal split policy that he's so attached to. Your problem is that he's refusing to do it. Why do you think that he's any more likely to actually do any other solution you come up with? He's obviously not going to do anything that even slightly inconveniences him. Make it crystal clear that he can either stick to his policy and pay up what he owes you for all that gas etc. or he can pay you back all the split costs he unfairly demanded without reciprocating, or he can no longer have a girlfriend. You're overlooking dumping this loser. If you insist on staying with this boyfriend, you guys would have to agree to a more balanced approach to expenses. Why isn't he splitting the money for the gas you've been using to see him when he refuses to drive to you? What are his reasons? Did you point out that you've paid your share and he basically owes you money? I would suggest that he starts paying for gas while you stop paying for ingredients when he cooks until he clears his debt. But I think everyone here is hoping you'll realize he's taking advantage of you. Take this as a learning experience. You need to start expecting the same amount of effort that you put in. Your life will be so much better. Avaricious is just a fancy way of saying greedy. You have a greedy boyfriend who puts his wants above yours all the time. What you do is find someone less greedy and more caring. Thanks for the new word. Is this the same boyfriend who hit you? Eater. Also, you posted a month or two ago about wanting to hit on your surf instructor. You are absolutely overlooking the best possible solution. Dump this guy. Do you really want to be with someone who values you so little that he'd nickel and dime you to death? Add the fact that he rarely comes to see you, and what you've got is a ref asterisk 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 buddy, not a boyfriend. You leave him. That is the only solution to make you happy and well cared for. He sounds so terrible. He doesn't care enough about you to drive over to your place a measly 30 minutes, even when gas is a problem, and he makes so much money. He can't even cough up money to buy ingredients for you. I would have been out the door already. He sounds like he has mental illness or something. Like he is being excessively cheap. You are not a priority to him. He is telling you that very loudly, very clearly. Please, value yourself more than this. If a man is in love with you, he makes sure he gets to see you. I think the bigger issue is why you're accepting this kind of treatment. Asking your friends to pay for a groceries for a meal you've offered to cook for them is weird. Doing that to your GF for a date is absurd. I'm not saying guys always have to pay for gals or anything like that, but to pressure you to fund a relatively cheap date he's invited you to it just cringy. Also, given your income disparity, just downright messed up. I think you'd save yourself a lot of headaches, cash, and long-term damage to your self-esteem by dumping this lout. As the one with a stable job in every relationship I have ever had, don't put yourself in dire straits just for some guy. He should pay for dinner if he wants to cook for you. He should understand costs and have a willingness to come to you as often as you go to him. He's a tightwad jerk who just wants you to pay FPR everything and control how things go. Ditch him. Just my 2 cents. My ex-husband did this kind of thing to me. I still have the debt from our marriage because it was all an asterisk my asterisk name when we were married. He will not change.